National dance champion, former British Open champion, the pride of the Highlands, the one and only Mr. Jocky Wilson! And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jocky's opponent. Has won every single major dance championship throughout the entire world. Please welcome John Lowe!
Well, I tell you what, I think win, lose or draw, Jockey's determined to have a good time this afternoon, don't you? Here we go then. Jocky Wilson against John Lowe, place in the quarterfinals of the World Championships at stake. Sid Waddell has joined John Gwynn in the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And yes, Jocky's been piped on stage, but we can't get him to pipe down. He said he'd try everything, John Lowe, to try and perhaps distract him. Well, Jocky has tried just about everything so far. This game is going to get underway in a minute, I can assure you. Sid Waddell, what an entrance.
Yeah, well, I might get pulled up. This could be a bit of gamesmanship. I mean, John Lowe didn't look too sweet about Jockey's extended performance. And, I mean, golly, John Thomas, man's fairly near Hogman, eh? You've got to remember, maybe Jockey's getting the New Year spirit. What I mean is, he came on to Flower of Scotland, which is a lament. Jocky turned the lament into a bloody square dance.
Yes, and you have to remember with Jocky Wilson, every day is New Year's Day, Sid. I don't think it makes much difference. But back now to serious stuff. and a game which is going to get underway with all sorts of implications, a place in the quarter-final for one of these two. Even though Dennis Priestley has won one of his 2 games, he's too far game. He's played one and lost one, but his leg difference -1, Lowe's leg difference +9. The fact is, if Jocky Wilson wins this game by 5 legs, then he will actually tie with John Lowe, and we'll have to go for averages. If he wins by more than 5 legs, Wilson will go through. But if it's less than that, then John Lowe will go through. And it's academic anyway, Sid Waddell. If John Lowe wins this game, he is, by virtue of winning both his games, the group champion.
Well, one has visions. There's a documentary on the telly later on about Elvis, the documentary. Elvis leering, sneering, swiveling like a snake at Vegas. Jockey's just done that. But now, John Thomas Wilson is going to put the arrows where his mouth and his hips and his belly have been for the last 5 minutes.
Looks as though Jockey...
First leg, Jockey to Roper.
A very small psychological advantage of winning the ball upstairs in the players' practice room, and they settle down, and it's game on.
41.
I would suggest it is always a problem if you're going to dance and jig and prance about, if you like. Suddenly to settle down and get down to the serious stuff, never easy.
Well, like my great mate Bobby George of Essex once said, when you come on looking like he does, like a dray horse, with our gongs and that. Bob's not in this tournament, sadly. He used to say, you have to do the business. He's in this leg. Then Jockey's going to get jolted. Coming down. Great pick-off, treble 19. And that Jockey's dancing and Highland flinging hasn't affected Lowe. Might he be the last man who will be affected by the razzle-dazzle.
All the players have said of this great man, John Lowe, over the years, has said, yes, wonderful player, a marvellous temperament. But if you could get ahead of him, then you can certainly hold sway. But if you
100.
let John Lowe get in front and dictate the terms, there's no better player in world darts. He demonstrated it the other night. He could demonstrate
43.
it again this afternoon.
Yeah, you're going to have as much chance as a cat in a pressure cooker if you let Lowe get the drop on you. He's got a 3-darter here, and that wasn't far off the 60 to start the combo.
24 left.
100.
So a neat little treble 20, bisecting the other 2 darts, and Jockey yet in this leg, I think, to hit a treble 20, even to find one. But that's a good
76.
switch. But I think it's going to be in vain. 64 for Lowe.
64.
And treble 16 for double 8. Nice opening leg this for Lowe. Let's see, single 16 now for double 16. Beautiful darts, 15 darts, 140, 97, ton, and the checkout you've just seen, and that is solid,
Second
if not
leg, John
spectacular
to
stuff
Roper.
to start with.
Game on.
And it might take a bit of the tilt out of John Thomas's kilt. Lowe took the darts.
140.
Yes, he might need to do anything with Lowe here.
100.
Lowe looking immaculate. Prepares for this like the great bullfighter Dominguez used to get ready for a bullfight. Relax the muscles, tone up with
60.
exercises, then put on the suit of lights. Certainly lighting the road for Jockey at the moment.
41.
One wonders, in Jocky Wilson's case, how much, of course, that defeat at the hands of Dennis Priestley has really affected him psychologically, because
45.
he was sailing away in that one, and a comfortable win against Priestley would have given him at least an even chance of going through. He's got a lot of work to do here, and one wonders whether...
45.
And I have to say it, Sid, whether he's in the frame of mind to tackle it. John Lowe certainly is, that you can guarantee.
Excellent point, John. But Jockey with he the difference between imagination and execution with John Thomas.
140.
It's like trying to predict the movements of a wasp on speed. He can surge, he can then suddenly buckle when you don't know.
60.
Hannah Dennis, who's watching
John,
this with
you
Jeff,
require 116.
knows that Jockey, you never know what form he's going to be in. And you're right, the effect of a match you should have won can hang over to the next day.
76.
Very assured, Lowe, looking for double top when he goes back to the hockey to go 2 up in this opening set against the darts.
60. John, you're...
Who won the ball, and therefore has the advantage in 1-3-5, and if Lowe can just find that first
James
he'll
John, the
find
second
the
leg.
double. No doubt
John
about it.
Lowe.
Good steady start by Lowe, and one senses. Look how the first dart helped the second. Aim at the first, and the second one was on target.
Well, he's looking as sweet as a nut.
100.
Low at the moment, and our friend Martin Turner, the Quentin Tarantino of the operation, get the side-on shot.
And yet, I'm sure we'll see before the end of this game how sometimes there is a definite follow-through, straight follow-through. As I say, that right shoulder sometimes comes round, and the arm leaves him on a bogey, 166, and Lowe, although 110 behind, can still get in here. Even a ton's handy.
So it's not only Shane Warne's arm action that fascinates us sports fans. See, there's the perfect. He's trying to leave himself a 2-darter here.
60.
The thing to notice about John Lowe is how the arm comes down vertically and not across the body. It's
yeah, it isn't just chucking bits of metal at the mat, folks. Pressure. One's tops now. To get back in, he's back in! He might be bowling googlies, but they work! He's back 2-1, opening set.
Fourth leg, John to Roper.
Here's the replay of it.
I wonder if this can jolt a jockey into action now. If that won't, I don't know what will, because if he does get into action and demonstrate that kind of play, this could still be a very interesting encounter.
Yeah.
He knows it, Sid.
Yeah, he wants to get his mind off come dancing and get it on good darting.
60.
And as usual, Jock playing the crowd. I bet Jockey could upstage Schwarzenegger in a musical muscles competition. But this bloke, look at that. A classic
100.
textbook picture of how to frame your mind before framing yourself for the board.
100.
We've met a few times in the past, Sid, and perhaps most notably in the 1982
140.
final, where, of course, Wilson was victorious over Lowe, and that was the first time he won the title. He won it again 7 years later, and reckons he's still got it in him to do it
60.
again.
And him and his dad, the late John Wilson, went back and sang in every pub in Kirkcaldy for about 48 hours.
Perfect stillness here by Lowe, almost as though it were a still picture, in fact.
60.
The body and face.
Vital time here as Jockey goes on lateral drift.
81.
Lobby at set point with 3 darts. Bit of humour. Excellent sound, lads, here. Picking up the refrain from the players themselves. That's sound work at its best when you can hear the players' own comments. And for those of you who aren't hearing the comments, the crowd doing their own bit. Part of the atmos.
60. John, you require 80.
Looking at the red bit, the 60. Still a chance. 1 above that, and then 1 on top of the shop. Is the shop open?
40.
Still open at Jock.
Tell you what, Sid, Jockey checked out 116 a moment ago. If he were to get 140 here, He'd not only stay in the first set, but by God, he'd set that crowd alight. Can't do it now, of course.
41.
Very disappointing. Left on 99, a 3-dart finish.
The wire. There's the Biggins, and it's in the middle, but dots.
John Lowe.
Appreciative crowds. And Lowe takes the first set. But Jock came dancing on. Let's see if Terpsichore is the name of the game after the break.
Darts Championship here live at the Circus Tavern in Purfleet, and here I am with Jack the lad himself, Jimmy Jones.
Good afternoon, and now you another year. I was here this time last year, you know that, don't you?
I'm afraid I wasn't, Jimmy. Obviously you're here for your great show New Year's Eve that we're all coming to see, but I believe you like the darts as well, Jimmy.
Yes, I do. In actual fact, I fancy John Lowe. Because I got his wife drunk last night, so I fancy John. I think he's going to be all right.
Well, I fancy John Lowe because I got Jocky Wilson drunk last night, and I've had my readies on. Only joking, by the way.
But I should be fancying John. I should be fancying Jocky. I'm from Scottish ancestry.
Well, I was born in Glasgow, but I've got to tell you, my money's on him here. But we're getting plenty of fireworks here at the darts, and we'll be expecting some fireworks in your show on New Year's Eve.
Tomorrow night, I won't let you down at all, and I'll be as nice as pie. I really will.
It looks like my nap's not going to go down. John Lowe's got off to a fly, and we're hoping he's going to land the odds. Speak to you later.
Well, great. Once upon a time, I was the only comedian in darts. Now you can't move for them.
140.
You still get the laugh, Sid. Sometimes I can tell you, I'm sitting alongside Sid Woodell in this commentary box, and if you don't hear me speak for a good 5 minutes, it's because I'm over in the corner trying to control myself.
That's only rock and roll, but we love it. Darts, the new rock and roll. And that kid, how about our guru, Harry? I reckon Danny Baker's going to get the sack off Yentob. I think Harry should be on doing Danny Baker's show. He's much better.
43.
Back to the action. Jockey against John. And
21.
well, we haven't had many bounce-outs through this tournament, and certainly we haven't had one before in this game. Poor old Jockey suffered then. Well, here it is, coming up, look. Bang, smack. And you'd hit not only the first dart, but also the wire as well.
We'll say something about the quality of the boards as well. I mean, there's been very few bounce-outs here.
Yeah, it's been marvellous. There is a school of thought, Sid, that the bounce-out ought not really to count in the averages. And I've seen ideas expressed in the darting press that perhaps they ought not to. After all, an international place or a place in a tournament can hinge on such a thing.
But also, I think I've seen players with lackadaisical about sharpening. There are dart sharpeners, the little things like a pencil sharpener, and I've never seen the lads use them much.
2 treble 20s, double 19 for Lowe. He's going to get a shot at it here.
60.
Because Jockey's on a finish, but
John, you
an
require
even bigger
170.
one. That's a good start. Another one of those, and he'll come down for double 19. Yes, double 19 for Lowe. He went for 6. It crossed my mind with Wilson being on 167 that he might, in fact, he went for the full.
Jockey require 167.
158. It's got on the screen. In fact, the score was probably wrong. He wanted a 170. Well, our scorer had got it wrong. So 85. That leaves him on 82. So we go back to Lowe, 25. We would, Sid, if that had hit the ball, missed a magical 9-darter. Magical 170 finish.
Still a 1 double 8.
17
Bold.
score.
Right. Bold, double 16. We'll see just how it was just inside the wire. change the shot. Yeah. Jockey shouting the odds on the change. He's gone that way. Missed it. Bully once.
45.
Jockey still humorous.
I've got to
George,
say, we
require
were saying
8.
there haven't been many bounce sets quality of the board. As far as I can remember, this is the only leg we've had all week. John Lowe going for double. 2 games
and the
the
first
only leg
leg.
all week. Well, I
John
can
Lowe.
actually remember our scorer just getting it wrong on the computer. Sorry, pal, but it is a
Second
very,
leg,
very rare
Jockey
occurrence.
to
We've got to give him credit
Roper.
for that.
Game on.
It's just the trouble is that when it does happen, it can be at such a vital moment.
But the rat-like
83.
ratiocination of Professor Gwynn was in there and rectified the situation in a blink. Lowe with the first set. And I'll just remind you that if Lowe wins this match, he's through. Jockey has to...
140.
Well, he had to get +6. He has to get 6 legs. He has to win and get 6 legs clearance
41.
on in the leg difference to go through. If Jockey could win this match and his leg difference was +5, there would then be an average workout for who goes through.
43.
Yes, Lowe +9 before this match. Wilson -1. Wilson wins it. He can, with a 5-leg advantage, draw level with Lowe on legs. So
140.
to go to the averages, but Lowe won the first set 3-1. Therefore, it makes it all that much more difficult now for Wilson. Despite scores such as that which we saw, 140, is this going to be a Lowe maximum? Yes, it is! No problem for the former world champion. 180, and there she is.
And
100.
as is apt in
John
the Proton
Lowe,
World Championship here,
138.
Lowe going on all cylinders. Not yet in overdrive. Wilson on the hard shoulder.
98 left, and it looks to me as though he's still staying up there, but
41.
97 when he goes. Now, Wilson has a
Jockey
chance here,
require
137. Treble 20 will leave 77. He's gone downstairs first, in fact. Now, that's 118. Now a ton. Treble 20 for tops. 80 when he
57.
goes, if Lowe gives him the chance. Treble 19 and tops
Johnny
for John
required
Lowe to
97.
go 2 legs up in the second set. If he gets the single 19, he hasn't. Double top will do. Oh,
Yes.
clinical. And the impressive thing about that,
John
Sid,
Lowe.
was that he was right in the middle of the 19 and right in the middle of the 20s. And in
leg,
fact,
John
a 14
to Roper.
darter, super darts.
Game on.
And as they sing it Twickers, swing low, sweet chariot. Jockey under the wheels. And Big Dennis Priestley, my good
100.
pal, is in with Jeff. What's your comments here, Den?
Eight 100.
Well, my name's not Dennis Priestley. I've got a northern accent, but I'm from the other side of the Pennines. Dennis, what are you thinking about this game? He's not hearing it. Okay, another 140 from John Lowe. These things do happen in live television. So it's Jockey on the hockey, looking for another 140. The game has boiled up. 2-6-1, 2-6-1. But you can see there, John Lowe distinctly in front.
And Dennis has actually got his charts out. Dennis, I think, is working out the scores because he's writing down every
100.
score. So we'll get Dennis's opinion
100.
once he's analysed the statistics. Jockey singing loud here. What a surge! I can tell you, you might get.
John, you require 161.
Both these players capable of getting the respective checkouts. Lowe wanted 161, can't do it now. Think that's in single as well. We'll almost certainly get that in
100.
between. Fancied that. He did it earlier in the
Jockey
match.
required
Got one over the top, one over the
121.
bottom, and got one in between. Now Wilson, treble 17 for Bull. 84 left. Gone for treble 16, would have
53.
given him double 18. So Lowe
Jockey
61,
requires
probably the
61.
25 for double 18. Not necessarily so. I'm gambling on it. Yes, double 18 for Lowe for the second set.
Yes!
Well, you can't take it away from him. He's finishing so clinically. 14 darts again. And that is the second set to Lowe.
And he gave him an old-fashioned look because Jockey tried a little bit of gamesmanship borderline stuff at the start of the match with the dancing. Lowe sort of looked at him and said, "It didn't work, pal."
It's the World Darts Championship, and this is what the players are trying to do in the right frame of mind, bearing in mind the fact that he was on the brink of victory against you and then lost.
Well, I'm sure he's prepared himself very well, and he's tried, you know, the antics of being jolly and jumping up and down and trying to get everybody worked up. So I think he thought he'd got a chance of getting through. Obviously, you've got to go on with this high-scoring game as far as 180s has been concerned. In the first game with Phil, and there were 6 180s it up to this stage. There's been plenty of 140s. 140! And there's only been 1 180. Jockey's had a lovely 106 check, and John Lowe's just been taking the checkouts nice and clean. 97.
60!
But hand on heart, I mean, the old fella's... hope you can't hear me saying this. The old fella's producing the goods, isn't he? Hand on heart, could John Lowe take another World Championship?
Well, it's...
100!
You don't think so, do you?
No, but I don't, no. I'll not sit on the fence, no. I don't think he can, but it'd be very nice if he could.
OK. Great stuff. Thanks very much indeed, Dennis. Let's get back to the action now.
Phil said that, Jeff, 2 years ago. Lowe going for treble 17, wants the bull. This is the kind of form that won him the World Championship in 1979, 1987 and 1993. And darts that could win him the championship in 1995. Brilliant, Lowe. Super stuff. And we were all saying 2 years ago, yes, he's having a good tournament, he's doing well, but he surely can't win it. And we all know that he can. Last 3 legs, 14-14, and 81. That was a magnificent dozen darter.
Yeah, and you won't see a famine on the bulls with Lowe often, because his favourite exhibition shot used to be finish 101, bull 1, bull. And I've seen him do that at the Embassy World Championship before. He's a master of all areas of the board. I tend to share, mind, I'm known as the black spot, my predictions usually go wrong. I tend to share Dennis's opinion.
76.
Low maybe.
Darters and a 15 darter, and those 3 16 pluses will be under 20, I can guarantee.
55.
And you could go a long way in the world.
Dennis Priestley got it sorted out perfectly
83.
mathematically. Lowe before this had gained a leg difference of plus 14. Jockey had gone to -6. Dennis had got it right. Whatever Jockey does, Lowe is the winner
41.
in terms of winning the group. He's going to win the match, I think. It really is a case of Jockey taking the high road, but he'll take the low road.
And Jockey will be in Wales in before me.
And if that's the low road, that'll do for me. He is now at his immaculate best. Yes, he's at his best when in front, and he's well and truly in front now.
And if we get our side angle again, the follow-through that was eluding Jockey in his own throw earlier. It's 2. Jockey way back though. Lowe will be back to the hockey.
Great irony in that, isn't it? Darts can bring you down in a matter of seconds. You hit a 180 1 minute, the next minute you can't hit a big 19. That's a great, great game.
It's like winning the national lottery, you think, and the wife's lit the fire with your ticket. 81 coming in for Lowe. Sorry, check.
60. John, you require 32.
Ooh, to put him 1 leg away from the match. Double 16. 2-inch adjustment. Play it.
No messing! John Lowe.
Always been popular with the lasses, John.
3rd leg, Jockey to throw first.
There's that lovely follow-through.
Game on.
And Jockey might have to do anything now.
45.
Yes, a very much demoralised man. Not surprisingly, remarkably, Sid, Lowe so far in this tournament has only lost one leg. He's 6-1 up in legs, 8-1 up in legs in this tournament.
100.
Which means he's played 18 legs of darts and he's won 17, and against former world champions at that. That's some going. Now look at Wilson. I wrote him off.
140.
He comes back with a ton 40.
Well, only a Raven Mania. I mean, I did on his first match, Lowe. After, well, I forgot. 2 years ago, he took the embassy title. Clattered through them. They put on this beautiful yellow jacket. Style and I don't know.
Well, I'm a commentator who's often lost, and that's why I'm commentating and not up there playing, Sid, I'll tell you.
To the bookies love it, folks.
Yes. So, Live Championships, Jockey on the hockey, wanting a score to stay alive. Low on 161, and if he
60.
were to check this out, to
John
win the
require
match and go through to the
161.
quarter-finals, how fitting it would be after such a wonderful showing. There's the first part, treble 17. There's the second, bullseye wanted by Lowe for the match. Oh, so close. That would have been the perfect finish.
Jockey require
Only a
156.
centimetre away from a magic moment. But I think it's only delayed the inevitable. He'll go to the hockey again in a moment, 1 in 25, because Wilson
60.
wanted 156 prior to that
Johnny
throw.
required 25.
9 for double 8, or it might be 1 double 12. I think probably 9 for double 8 to go through to the quarterfinals. With an immaculate performance, John Lowe beats Jocky Wilson as he did Dennis Priestley in straight sets. 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. Never right. John Lowe off.
So Jockey played the paper, but Lowe called the tune.
Two of the greatest players you'll ever see. On any stage.
Lowe
anywhere in the
into
world.
the last 8 of our tournament.
Mr. Jocky Wilson. And moving ominously through to the quarterfinals, the one and only Mr.
Bill Jones, the MC,
John Lowe.
does the official bit. The crowd on there, they love Lowe here at Circus Tavern Essex. We'll be back in a tick.
Well. I have a